All right, so you've brought us a whole stack of crypto stuff this time.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty interesting one, too.
Yeah, we've got 3 articles, all from January 13th, 2025, from investing.com, CoinGape, and You today. So it looks like we'll get a pretty good snapshot of what the market was doing that day.
Should be interesting to see how it all plays out.
For sure. What I'm really interested in is Bitcoin. It seems like it might be losing its grip on the market a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see how the other cryptocurrencies are reacting to.
Yeah, let's jump right into it, shall we? Bitcoin's price has been dropping for 3 days straight now.
Oh, wow.
Down to about $94,000.
Yeah, it's gotta hurt.
It does, and investing.com suggests that this could be because of the U.S. jobs data being stronger than expected.
How does that work?
Well, basically, good news for the regular economy can actually be bad news for Bitcoin.
Huh?
Because it means the Federal Reserve might not cut interest rates this year.
Oh, and that easy money helps Bitcoin.
Exactly. Without those cuts, there's less incentive for that money to flow into riskier assets like crypto.
So it's like a chain reaction. Stronger jobs report leads to fewer rate cuts, which could lead to less money going into Bitcoin.
Precisely. And there's more. Investing.com also mentioned that the U.S. government might sell off a bunch of Bitcoin that they seized from the Silk Road marketplace.
Whoa, how much are we talking?
A whopping $6.5 billion worth.
Oh, wow. That's huge. That could really shake things up.
Definitely. Especially considering the Trump administration talked about a strategic Bitcoin reserve a while back. This seems like the complete opposite.
Yeah, total opposite. So many mixed signals.
Speaking of mixed signals, CoinGape brought up the 16th anniversary of the first Bitcoin tweet and how that caused like $900 million in Bitcoin to move around.
Really? But the price didn't change much.
Nope, barely budged.
Huh, so it seems like those kinds of events don't really impact the price that much anymore.
Or it seemed that way, yeah.
I wonder what that means for overall sentiment. But okay, so Bitcoin is having a rough time, but what about the other cryptocurrencies, the altcoins?
Well, CoinGape said most of them are following Bitcoin's lead and going down too.
Makes sense.
Things like Ethereum, Ripple, Solana, the usual suspects.
Oh, yeah.
Some are getting hit even harder, though, like virtual protocols and AI16Z.
Ouch. But wait a minute. Investing.com said that XRP is actually going up.
Yeah, almost 4%.
Whoa, interesting. So it's not all bad news then.
Not at all. In fact, CoinGape quoted a veteran trader named Peter Brandt, who thinks XRP could rally significantly, maybe even reach $3.40.
Wow. Could this be a sign that XRP is starting to separate itself from Bitcoin?
That's a great question, and one we should definitely investigate.
Yeah, I'm hooked. So are we seeing a shift in the crypto hierarchy? Is XRP breaking free from Bitcoin's influence?
It's definitely something to watch. We need to understand what's driving XRP's rise while others are falling.
Okay, so what are the experts saying about all of this? The articles mentioned a bunch of analysts like Moodrex, CoinSwitch, Unacoin, CoinDCX. What do they think?
Well, they've got a range of opinions. Some are pretty bearish on Bitcoin. They think it could drop even further if it breaks below certain support levels.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
Others are saying this is just how Bitcoin behaves and that we should stay calm.
Interesting.
They're pointing to things like Trump's upcoming inauguration and his potentially crypto-friendly policies as reasons to be optimistic about the future.
So, two very different perspectives. What do we believe?
It's not about believing it, it's about understanding both sides and forming your own opinion.
Absolutely. Okay, so before we move on, I want to talk about Shiba Inu, or FEIB. It's a meme coin that's been doing pretty well, but You today is warning about a potential head and shoulders pattern on its chart.
Oh, that's not good, is it?
I don't think so. It's a bearish signal, isn't it?
It is if SEIB drops below certain levels. Today thinks it could plummet to 0.00000180.
Whoa, okay, that's a scary thought for anyone holding SEIB.
It is indeed.
So Bitcoin is struggling. Altcoins are showing mixed signals, and there are warning signs for SEIB. This is a lot to unpack.
It is, but that's why we're here to make sense of it, all right.
Right. So are you ready to keep going?
Absolutely. Let's dive deeper.
So we're talking about all this uncertainty, but there's one thing that's really bugging me.
What's that?
It's that potential government sale of all that Bitcoin from the Silk Road.
Ah, yeah, the $6.5 billion.
Yeah, it's like this huge question mark hanging over the market.
Definitely. And the investing.com article didn't really give us many details.
Like how are they going to sell it all at once or a little bit at a time?
Exactly. And what are they trying to achieve with it? Are they trying to manipulate the market or just cash out?
Right. So many unknowns. It's kind of crazy, especially with Trump about to be inaugurated.
Yeah, you have to wonder what his policies will be towards crypto.
He's said some things in the past about it.
He has. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how it all plays out.
I mean, remember when he was talking about creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve?
Yeah.
and now they might flood the market with billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin.
It's a head scratcher for sure.
It makes you wonder if these articles can give us any more clues.
Maybe. So CoinGape talked about all the activities surrounding the anniversary of the first Bitcoin tweet.
Oh, right. The $900 million worth of Bitcoin changing hands.
Yeah. Even with all this uncertainty, there's still a lot of enthusiasm around Bitcoin.
It's like a roller coaster ride.
It is. And speaking of roller coasters, you today mentioned that Shiba Inu might be forming a head and shoulders pattern.
Oh?
Which could mean a big drop. Their analyst Adul Patel says Bitcoin needs to stay above $92,300 to start going up again.
So that's a key level to watch.
It is. If it drops below that, it could trigger more selling.
Makes sense. What else?
CoinSwitch Markets desk brought up how strong economic data could make the Fed less likely to cut rates.
And that would be bad for Bitcoin.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, less easy money floating around means less flowing into crypto.
Okay. Then Unocoin's analyst, Satvik Vishwanath, said that even those temporary dips below $92,000 could increase the chances of a bigger drop. Was he saying that those dips are weakening Bitcoin support?
Yeah, kind of like it's getting more and more vulnerable each time it drops below that level.
Yikes. Okay. CoinDCX's analyst, Sumit Gupta, noticed that while Bitcoin has been relatively stable, altcoins have been taking a hit.
Interesting.
He thinks that could be a sign of weakness in the overall crypto market.
It could be. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom.
What are the optimists saying?
Well, Avinash Shekar from Pi42 reminded us that Bitcoin has gone through cycles before.
Oh, like big drops followed by big gains.
Exactly. And Shivam Thakral from Dogecoin said that Trump's inauguration is making investors excited.
Really? Why?
They're hoping he'll introduce some crypto-friendly policies which could boost the market.
So we've got technical experts, economic experts, and now political experts chiming in.
That's a lot to keep track of.
It is, but it's fascinating to see how all these factors are interconnected.
Definitely. And by looking at it from all these different angles, we can get a much better understanding of what's really going on.
Exactly. It's all about connecting the dots and forming our own conclusions.
That's what makes this so interesting, don't you think?
Absolutely. So what stood out to you the most from all this? What are you thinking about?
You know what's really got me thinking? It's this idea that Bitcoin might be losing its grip on the market.
Yeah.
Like with XRP doing so well while Bitcoin is down, and the experts talking about how altcoins could be starting to act independently.
It's almost like watching the younger siblings start to branch out on their own.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And for so long, it's been all about Bitcoin, but maybe things are changing?
Maybe so. Like maybe we're entering a new phase where altcoins like XRP can really shine because they have their own unique things to offer.
It's possible, and if that happens, it could create some really interesting opportunities for investors.
So for you listening, the big question is, what does this mean for your own crypto strategy?
Right. Do you stick with Bitcoin and hope it bounces back?
Or do you start looking at these other altcoins that could be about to take off?
It's a tough choice.
It is. There's no easy answer, but that's why it's important to do your research and understand what's going on.
And what the risks are.
Right. We've tried to give you all the information you need, but ultimately it's up to you to decide what you want to do.
We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We talked about Bitcoin's price drop, the mixed signals from the altcoins, and what the experts think is going to happen.
Don't forget the potential government sale of all that Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, that too. So many moving parts.
It's a lot to take in, but that's what we're here for, to break it all down and make it understandable.
Exactly. Hopefully this has given you a better understanding of the crypto market and sparked your curiosity to learn even more.
Because the crypto world never stops changing.
Never a dull moment.
So stay informed, keep learning, and who knows what exciting things we'll be talking about next time.
Until then, happy investing.
And that's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.